Rita was a little girl, 5 years old, with bright, curious brown eyes and bouncy pigtails tied with sunny yellow ribbons. One sunny afternoon, Rita was in her playroom, surrounded by her fluffy teddy bears and colorful building blocks. But today, even her favorite red race car didn't seem very exciting. Oh, I wish I could go on a big adventure, she sighed, flopping onto her soft rug. Her eyes scanned the room and landed on something she hadn't noticed in a while, an old, dusty globe tucked away in the corner. It was a special gift from her Grandpa Max. Rita tiptoed over and gently wiped the dust away. "Wow," she whispered. The globe was covered in countries of all different shapes and colors. "I wonder what it would be like to visit them all," she thought. She gave the globe a playful spin, closed her eyes, and let her little finger land wherever it chose. Whee! Round and round it went. When it stopped, her finger was pointing to a country in Europe called Germany. Suddenly, the spot where her finger touched Germany began to glow with a warm golden light. The light grew brighter and brighter, and a gentle humming sound filled the room. Rita giggled, not scared at all, but very, very excited. The golden light swirled around her like a sparkly hug, and everything in her room started to shimmer. It felt like she was floating on a soft cloud. Whoosh! When the light faded, Rita blinked her eyes. She wasn't in her playroom anymore. She was standing on a wide, sunny street. In front of her was a giant, super-duper big stone gate with many columns and a statue of a chariot with horses on top. "Wow," she exclaimed. A friendly lady passing by smiled at her and said, "Hello." Rita remembered her grandpa saying that hello was a way to say hello in Germany. "Hello," Rita chirped back, waving enthusiastically. The lady chuckled and waved again. Rita learned that the big gate was called the Brandenburg Gate, and it was in a big city called Berlin. Next, a delicious smell wafted through the air. Sniff, sniff. It smelled warm, salty, and oh, so yummy. Rita followed her nose down a cobbled street and found a wonderful bakery. In the window were giant, twisty, golden brown breads. "Those are pretzels," a kind baker with a big white apron told her, his eyes twinkling. He handed Rita a warm, soft pretzel, almost as big as her face. Rita hummed as she took a bite. It was the best pretzel ever. "Danke," she said, remembering another word Grandpa Max had taught her. Danke meant thank you. The baker smiled and nodded. Her magical journey continued, and soon Rita found herself in a huge forest with very tall, dark green trees. It was called the Black Forest. Birds were singing, and sunlight peeked through the leaves, making pretty patterns on the ground. Suddenly, she heard a funny sound. Cuckoo! Cuckoo! From a little wooden house with a tiny balcony, a little wooden bird popped out. It was a cuckoo clock. A friendly squirrel with a bushy tail scampered down a tree and chattered at her, as if saying hello too. Rita giggled and offered it a tiny piece of her pretzel. Then, in the distance, perched high on a hill, Rita saw the most beautiful castle she had ever imagined. It looked like it came straight out of a fairy tale book, with tall white towers and pointy blue roofs. "That's like a princess castle," she whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. She imagined brave knights and graceful princesses living there, maybe even a friendly dragon. This was Neuschwanstein Castle, a real fairy tale castle in Germany. Her adventure wasn't over yet. Suddenly, she heard happy music and laughter. She found herself in a town square where people were having a festival. Men were wearing funny, short leather trousers called lederhosen, and ladies were wearing pretty dresses with aprons called dirndls. They were dancing and singing, and everyone was eating long, tasty sausages called bratwurst on little bread rolls. Rita clapped her hands to the music, her feet wanting to dance too. Just as she was about to try a little dance, the golden glow started to shimmer around her again. A gentle voice, like the hum of the globe, whispered, It's time to go home, Rita, but Germany will always be here for you to learn more about. Rita felt a tiny bit sad to leave, but mostly she felt happy and full of exciting new memories. Whoosh! She was back in her playroom, sitting on her rug. The globe in the corner looked just like an ordinary globe again, no longer glowing. But Rita knew it wasn't ordinary at all. It was her magical adventure globe. She picked it up and gave it